Hey guys, welcome back to Doozy Talks with Susie, where we keep it real about fitness, nutrition, and all things genetics based health. And today I'm going to be reacting to Thomas DeLauer. He recently posted a video about why he quit the ketogenic diet and what he would do different. Now, I'm not going to go through the entire video, but there is a segment that I wanted to react to because I think it's important. So let's go ahead and check it out.
There are some things that I would definitely do differently now, having a broader amount of knowledge and just being out of the specific keto world, so to speak, and being able to sit on the outside looking in. I can see where my shortcomings were and where things might have been different had I looked at these things that way prior. So the first thing that I would have done is I would have consumed way more protein, mainly.
So this part, it really resonates with me. I've found success with keto, but it's crucial to recognize what's going on with our bodies and understanding that our bodies can change over time. Especially for us women, our bodies are constantly changing. When you're a teenager, your body is nothing it's going to be in the 20s. And then when you're in your 30s, it's going to be different, 40s different, 50s. Our bodies are constantly changing. And our diet, we might need to do some adjustments. What initially works today may not work in a few years from now. And you may need to make adjustments over time. Find that really good that he points this out.
More red meat. When I was doing keto, originally it started out as a very high fat, lower protein thing. Then the research started to come out more that fat is not necessarily all that you want to get. You want to get more protein, and protein's not necessarily going to disrupt the ketogenic process. But now, the way I look at protein is protein should be staple and everything else falls after that.
Absolutely.
Fats are great, but fats don't provide us with nearly as much nutrition as red meat would, right? So I look back at the nutrient voids that I may have had, and I wonder how many of them could have been filled if I was just eating adequate amounts of red meat. Now, towards the end,
so valuable, because when personalizing our approach on how we feel, like you notice how you feel, like what he was saying, how you feel. There's some voids in my diet. I need to fill in the gaps. And for me, just understanding my body's signals, that led me to explore how my DNA actually influences my diet, which he doesn't really go into the DNA-based aspect in this video. But I do find that personalizing the approach based on how we feel is key. Not just going off of what this expert or that expert says. Understanding and growing very in tune with what your body is saying to you is absolutely life-changing.
End of when I was really strict keto, I was eating more protein, but I was still paying attention to the fats. The fats should have almost just come naturally with the meat that I was eating. And that's what I really would have done differently, first and foremost. The second thing I would have done differently, I would have put way more emphasis on potassium. I put so much emphasis on sodium because that's where a lot of the early literature, you lose sodium, potassium, magnesium when you're on a ketogenic diet. Well, so that would make sense that we would want to prioritize sodium. And we do want to increase sodium. But potassium always took a back seat. And this is based on what I know now. In fact, I literally just interviewed Dr. Jacob Torres out of University of California, Santa Barbara. And he was talking to me about how we need about...
So in this part, he mentions how individual differences can affect dietary outcomes. And this is a crucial point. Our genetic makeup plays a significant role in how we process different foods. For instance, certain genetic markers can influence how effectively we metabolize fats, which is essential information when considering diets like keto. And there's also other genetic factors that can influence how we process and metabolize carbohydrates. And that's also important to know. But if you look into your DNA, you get a DNA test, you look at your genetic profile, and you can actually see, am I better at processing carbohydrates? Am I better at processing? How well does my body process fats? And to me, this was so valuable. I love that he put it out there. Let me know what you think. Drop it in the comments. I will actually put this on the description or in the comments so you can look at this video yourself and see for yourself what else he has to say on it. It is very valuable. He is very knowledgeable, and I really appreciate all the content he's put out there for us. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video.